Hey, this is good morning, everyone. Just well, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. We will start in 9 minutes. This is just a quick sound check to see if everybody can hear me clearly. If you can, just give me a little thumbs up or say yes in the chat box or we in the chat box. Oh, bon. Oh, mon Dieu. C'est bon. C'est bon. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And obviously, I guess everybody can see me as well, right? Yeah. Not that you really want to see me, but see me, right? Good. And Mary, are you able to you want to check your do your quick mic check now, Mary? Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, that means a lot to us, okay? That you guys are treating us like part of your family and you guys are tuning in regularly to watch our broadcast. So today it's going to be very, very exciting. I just want everyone to know is we took a long time to arrange to have Mary is extremely busy, so it took a while. So and luckily it's we are getting to the holiday season, so things so finally she's extremely hard to book. So we're extremely honored to have her. Mary, are you able to hear me, Mary?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, good. Hey, Kaylin, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah. So Mary, we also have Kaylin online as well. So she's going to help us navigate through the a lot of chats and questions. She's
Perfect.
also fluent in English and French. So she's able to, if there's any questions in French, she's able to take them and translate it for us. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. And I see that there are people from all over the world once again. Are there anyone from? I'm gonna just throw out. Are there anybody from Iran that's listening right now? Or Central Asia? Well, we have a Democratic Republic of Congo, Cote d'Ivoire, Morocco, France, Russia. Whoa, okay. Tunisia, Egypt. Well, Mary, I don't know if you're looking at the chat box. I think it's going.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat box.
Yeah, I
That's a diverse attendees from all over the world. Perfect.
Well, somebody from Mexico. Wow, Ali from Mexico, Morocco. Okay, Mexico too. Wow, buenos dias, my friend. Cameroon. Yeah. So anybody from Argentina? Wow. Buenos dias, sure. Yeah. Somebody from Georgia, Kazakhstan. Oh, okay. Now there are some people from Central Asia.
Close to Iran.
Yeah. Philippines, Mabuhay, Kuwait, Dubai, TNT, Trinidad and Tobago. I feel like I just traveled the world 3 times already. Zimbabwe, okay. So once again, we are expecting a full capacity, Mary, this morning. The registration is way over capacity.
Okay.
So it's gonna be there's a lot of people waiting to, because a lot of people ask us questions about the NOC codes and various immigration policies, the systems, and how to apply to Canada. So I'm just really glad that you're able to take time out of your busy schedule to
That's
give us
my
this
pleasure.
1 hour workshop. Yeah. Now,
It's my pleasure.
are we gonna have a hard stop at 10, or sometimes can you like can we
No,
go?
it's okay. I rescheduled the next appointment for
Okay, good.
sometimes
Yeah.
later.
So we might go over like 10, 15 minutes, okay? Just so to give you
It's
some
fine.
idea. Because I
That's
can
fine.
tell you right now, chances are we're probably not going to answer all the questions. So Jamaica, Nigeria, Bangalore, okay. Oh, hey, good morning, Pradeep. Good. We have okay. I think that there's quite a few new. How many people are joining this for the first time? Please give us a little thumbs up if you're listening this for the first time. Okay. Good. Hello. So Mary, we have quite a few first-time listener today. So good. And
Nice.
we will start in 3 minutes. And Caitlin, you want to say a few words to our French audience?
Sure, I'll say a few words. Bienvenue, on est super excité d'inviter Marie aujourd'hui. Si vous avez des questions en français, vous pouvez l'écrire et je vais le lire. Mais Mary, do you speak French? No? Okay, no worries.
No, unfortunately.
That's okay.
I'm so glad that you are here.
No worries. Alors, si vous avez des questions en français, je vais faire le mieux que je peux pour traduire. Alors, n'hésite pas d'écrire ça au chat et je vais vous répondre. Mais on ne répond pas les questions qui sont spécifiques à votre situation, seulement si c'est une question générale. Okay? Et merci beaucoup d'être ici aujourd'hui. On apprécie beaucoup.
Merci, Caitlin. Merci. And si, oui, merci. Okay, good. As always, as you know, all our presentation will be in English. However, we are working on possibly scheduling one maybe in January or February, where it will be a French, possibly a few French sessions, right, Caitlin? We possibly
we're definitely doing a French one. We're doing a few French ones next year, but they're going to be very specific to a certain demographic of job seekers internationally. So keep an eye out for that. For now, we think they're going to be mostly healthcare, but we're open to doing more different types of specific industry-related webinars for those looking to come to Canada.
Okay, good. So, okay, we're going to get started. So can I have the control, please? This full screen. Good. And do I have the control? Do I have a yes, please pass me the control so I can start with the. Okay, good. I have the control. Good. So good morning, everybody, or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are around the world. across the country and around the world. So those of you that's listening in Canada, please also kindly let us know where you're listening from, what city or what province or what territories you're listening from. And for friends all around the world, I see that people are already telling us where they're from. So welcome again. I know, as I said earlier, in case you just joined us now, is we really honored to have Mary joining us today. It took I think it took us over a year now to try to schedule Mary to come online to do this workshop. She's extremely busy. So please pay close attention to her presentation today. And then obviously you can send your questions in the chat box or in the Q&A session, the box, and we will get to your question after her presentation. For those of you that is obviously, if you want to ask in French, yes, you can put your question in French, but if possible, trying to translate it in English. Even rough translation is fine because we can usually, between Kata and I, we should be able to understand your question. But still, if you want to put it in French, that's fine too. We'll do our best we can to try to translate your question. Okay. So good morning again. So we today's workshop we talk about navigating Canadian immigration system. This question is in everybody's mind. Just about every time in our workshop, there's always people asking about this question. A not call. I'm in this not call. I'm in the double E pool, express entry pool. I'm interested to work in Canada, etc., etc., etc. So hopefully in today's session, Mary will be able to address all the questions that you've been asking us for over the past months and years. And then also, obviously, she will answer some of your specific questions. So keep your question specific to immigration, okay? Don't ask anything about, oh, I need a job, or, you know, like I'm a teacher, I'm looking for a job in Canada. This is not what this workshop is all about, okay? So as I mentioned earlier, today we're extremely honored to have Mary with us today. Mary Yazdani, she's the operation manager for Bright Tomorrow's Immigration Services. Her background is actually computer engineering, believe it or not. And over the past 15 years, she's got experiences in different industries. I guess she's also been through what you're about to go through. Is that she was an immigrant, she applied for immigration. So she's been through what you are going to go through. So she can also share some of her personal experience with you. And she's been working with people internationally, people all across the world from different cultures, religious backgrounds. So she's able to, you know, she's helped with clients from all over the world. So, and she's here to talk about the Canadian immigration system. She's also fluent in, I don't know if you guys noticed that, she's also fluent in Farsi as well. So if you, not that, you know, we're expecting you to ask questions in Farsi, but she's also fluent in Farsi and English, of course. Okay, so now a little bit about Global Talent Alliance Canada. As you know, we bring this weekly Meet the Employer workshop plus other workshops to you so that you can get a better knowledge about the Canadian labor market. Also our employment service. We have over 10 years of experience in serving skilled workers for settlement and employment needs across Canada. So not only that we're able to help you with your employment, we also can make the reference to over 500 settlement agencies across Canada, no matter where you go, so you can have up-to-date and most informed settlement information for you and your family. So on the other hand, we also help Canadian businesses expand by helping them expand their attracting talents so that they can grow their business. Currently, we have so many urgent positions. I don't know if there are any senior design engineer, senior design verification engineer, or senior embedded engineer. If there are any one of you listening right now are in those fields, or know someone in those fields, please get in touch with us because we have such a shortages right now. I can fill about 50 of those right now today. So please get in touch with us if you know anyone. Also, obviously, full stack engineer. Check our website. We have so many jobs that we need immediately, and a lot of employers are willing to sponsor through the GTS program, which I think Mary will talk a little bit about it. So we also help global talent, and then also we bring employers to the workshop here, so that you guys can have a close engagement, direct contact with employers and ask them direct questions, as well as we also do trainings as well. So all in all, is you can see our workshop always related to job readiness, resume clinic, interview writing, anything and everything you need to get ready to find jobs here in Canada. We bring you a lot of the latest labor market information, sector and destination specific. As Caitlin mentioned earlier, very shortly, is Ontario, Opportunity in New Brunswick was here a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna have BCCA next week. I think I'll let Caitlin talk about that later. And then also, BCCA stands for British Columbia Construction Industry. But even though it's British Columbia, but it's related to construction industry all across Canada. So that's next Thursday. And also we're going to have a lineup of employers upcoming in January and in 2022. So for all our workshop, please go to our website, www.g-tac.ca/upcoming event, and then you can register for our workshop. The best part of our workshop is it's free. Doesn't matter where you are around the world, it's free to register and attend. Okay, you can attend all our workshop. As I know that a lot of them are regular listeners, so you know you're welcome to register as many workshops as you want. Talk about trainings. We know that a lot of people have the hard skill, but missing some other skills. That's what's missing between them and a job offer, including Agile, Scrum, cybersecurity, accounting, various other Jira training. So all these is available through G-TAC. Okay, to be more specific, is we will have our next cyber security fundamentals training. This is a training that's designed for people that wants to upskill, learn a little bit more about all the norms, requirements that's required by employers today, because cybersecurity is extremely important. We hear this every day. Somebody got hacked. This one got broken into, this one. So cybersecurity is essential in today's workplace. So you need to know more about cybersecurity. We're going to have an industry expert who's got over, I have to guess, he's got over 25 years, if not more, experience in teaching this cybersecurity course. Okay, and then during this course, you will also be able to obtain to book career coaching and counseling with someone on our team, my team. Okay, so this is all a great opportunity for you to learn, to improve yourself, and get to know the Canadian job market. Our next class will start on January the 10th. And if you're interested, please get into touch with Song Guo. That's song@g-tac.ca. Okay, so if you guys can take a screenshot for this slide right now, do it now. And before I switch to the next slide. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to take a screenshot. If not, you can always send us the info page at the end. We'll give you our general email at the end of the presentation. Okay, so, and the next one, and this is really I would say one of the most popular and most practical course that our clients, we've been doing this for 11 years now, is for anybody that wants to start a career in accounting or finance here in Canada. This is a course for you. The next course will start on January the 18th. Our last cohort it was fully booked. So there were a few people in the wait list for the next class. So if you're interested, please do not wait. Send your inquiry to song@g-tac.ca. Yes, I know there are a lot of G. So it's song.g@g-tac.ca. Please get in touch with Song, and he will provide you with all the information. All courses are conducted online through Zoom platform, such as the one that you're watching right now. So you're guaranteed, if you're watching right now, that means say you have access to Zoom. So that means say you already tested your system and you can take this course, because all courses will be conducted through Zoom platform. Again, you have any questions, by all means, just get in touch with us later, or send your email to song.g.g@g-tac.ca. I'm gonna put the Caitlin, can you put that email in the chat box just so that people can see it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
thank
do
you,
it.
Caitlin.
I'm just responding to a few questions. I'll do it in about 20 seconds.
Okay. So now, without further ado, here is the I guess the moment I've been waiting for years. Okay, Mary, for at least a year, to have Mary coming online and do this workshop. And it's really she is really knowledgeable, professional, friendly, and I just can't wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, you're in for a treat. So, Mary, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Shaw, for the introduction and warm welcoming. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation, Navigating Canadian Immigration System. Thank you for taking time and being here today. I'm so excited to see many people from different parts of the world are just attending this workshop, and I hope everyone finds it useful. Because of the shortage of the time, I'm not going through one stream, and I was not sure about the attendees, what kind of streams they are looking for. And you know, there are more than 100 immigration streams available. So it's not possible to cover the details about all these streams. We will have an overview of immigration programs, and then on the Q&A, if you have any question, I'll be happy to help.
Mary, just want you to know is you can change the slides now with the arrow on your keyboard, or you can use your mouse and just click on your mouse.
Yes, I did, but I think it takes a little bit time to.
Okay, there's a little bit delay in switching the control to you, so just give a second. Now, one thing you will know is put your mouse over the slide, and you'll see little control buttons on the bottom left-hand corner. There you go.
Perfect.
Good. Okay.
So today we will be looking at the following. We will have an introduction about Bright Tomorrow's immigration system, and then we will talk about main pathways to immigrate to Canada, main pathways for permanent visa and also temporary visa. And then we will talk about how to start, and we'll take your question at the end. So about the introduction, I think Shaw introduced me, but to talk to you a little bit more about myself, I'm Mary Yazdan, as you can see, and I'm the operation manager at Bright Tomorrow's Immigration Services for several years. Also, I'm the founder of another company that is partnered with Bright Tomorrow's Immigration Services. I'm an immigrant, as you can realize from my accent. I was an immigrant. I was looking to come to Canada before. So I understand that your question, where they come from, and also your willingness to move to Canada. Since I moved to Canada, I was involved with the newcomer communities. I was volunteering as a mentor and also in different other activities, trying to help the newcomers. And also, not only newcomers, the reason that, as Shaw mentioned, my background is in IT. The reason that I decided to also switch to immigration and have more activities in immigration part was that I saw many of our friends and families that they were working with immigration firm that they were not regulated. And also they didn't help them that much. So that only took their money without delivering any result. That made me like serious that, okay, let's help people. And this is part, I love helping people. And this is the area that I feel now I can help others. And that's how I joined Bright Tomorrow's Immigration Services. Reza is our regulated Canadian immigration consultant. He studied at UOttawa. Now he's at the last stage of his PhD. And he's quite professional on his field. As I said, I'm not a regulated consultant. If I can answer any of your question, general question, I will be happy to help. If not, I will take your questions and we will send you the response. I will ask Reza to respond to them to make sure that I'm not giving you any misinformation and everything is accurate. So today, as I mentioned earlier, we are going briefly to talk about the general immigration pathways. Nowadays, there are more than 100 immigration pathways. Why I'm not telling you the exact number is that every province, like month to month, they are announcing new streams. They are closing some of the streams, so no one knows the exact number. But there are more than 100 immigration streams. Out of this more than 100, about 80 to 90 streams belongs to economic class immigration streams, which is great. And the rest is mostly about the sponsorship or is about the business immigration programs. And for the first 80 to 90 programs, Canadian government is considering you as an individual and considering your profile as an individual. They don't look at how much money do you have or some of the management experience or ownership experience. But when it comes to business immigration streams, what they can do is that what they are considering is not only looking at your individual profile, but also looking at your business profile and see which of this program is a good fit for you. So the most famous economic class program that I'm sure most of you have heard about it is Express Entry. Express Entry is not a stream. It's an online system to manage applications for permanent residents from skilled workers. And it's divided into 4 different categories. This is a federal program first, it's not provincial program. And before, I think 2014 or several years ago, the system was not like this. Then everything, it was so slow. Sometimes the processing was taking over 10 years. And federal government decided to have established this Express Entry, which is a selection system. And it's divided into federal skilled worker program, federal skilled trades program, Canadian experience class, and provincial and territories that are selected from the Express Entry pool. If you are wondering whether you are eligible for Express Entry or not, or which of these categories that I mentioned earlier are suitable for you, I should tell you how this Express Entry system works. There is a scoring system that we call it comprehensive ranking system. They call it CRS. And for each of these requirements, which is experience, language ability, education, age, and job offer, and adaptability, you will get some points. And the total points that you get is your CRS. And you will enter the Express Entry pool. You express first your, you submit your expression of interest first. And you will enter the pool by a number, which is your total CRS. And after that, if your score is high enough, you will receive the invitation. If not, that profile will be valid for 1 year, and you have 1 year time to work on your skills and upgrade your scores. So if you are not today eligible, doesn't mean that you won't be eligible forever. Being in pool, if you have minimum requirement, which for each of these categories are different, being in pool has some advantages that now it doesn't. I think I cannot explain about all the details now in this webinar, but I mean, there are some advantages to get in the pool as soon as possible, especially that doesn't have any cost for you. You don't have to pay any government fees for being on the pool. And for the federal skilled trades program, when I talk about the trades, I mean like electricians, plumbers, like these. And they have easier conditions that a skilled trade program, the previous one, a skilled worker program. The language abilities score is less, work experience is different, but you need to meet the job requirement and have a job offer. For the Canadian experience class, you will need, again, IELTS score or something that on the CLV that they requested, or French, and you need at least to have 1 year skilled work experience in Canada to be eligible for Canadian experience class. There are some provincial nomination programs that is linked to express entry. So in order to be selected for this kind of program, first you need to submit your expression of interest, or they call it EOI, in the express entry pool. And this program, these nomination programs are linked to express entry, which means if you are on the pool and provinces need a specific skills or workers, they will look at the express entry pool candidate, and then they will select from them. If you get selected from a province and receive the nomination, you will receive 600 extra points, which means this will guarantee you receiving the invitation. And it's a great opportunity. And also each province has, we have federal programs. In addition, we have provincial nomination programs. All of the provincial nomination programs are not linked to express entry, but some of them are linked, and those ones that are linked, usually they are targeting students that are graduated from that province, or business people, entrepreneurs, and skilled workers. Beside the economic streams that briefly I explained about them, there are some of the business immigration streams, such as like a startup visa, entrepreneurship, which each province has its own entrepreneurship program. And based on the needs in the market, the cities, even some of the communities that they don't have enough investor to fill that gap, they are having some entrepreneur programs to attract the foreigners to come and move to that province and to that specific community. Also, there is self-employed, which is also federal. These 3 business immigration streams are federal streams. There are 2 famous ones that you may heard. One of them is IMP, International Mobility Program. And this is for when you have a branch in your country, you have a business in your own country, and there are a couple of requirements that you should meet. And if you meet, then you can have a branch in Canada and establish your branch and send your senior managers, the owner, some of the staff to Canada. This is not the pathway for getting PR. It will give you the work permit, and it can be renewed up to 7 years. That one of the subsidiaries of this IMP, which is very famous, is ICT, intra-company transfer. And the other one is owner-operator work permit. since April, last April, the government changed the owner-operator work permit, as many of the immigration firms and many people abuse this stream. So they made it harder, and they made some changes. It still is open, but they made some changes. And since 2014, the government of Canada decided to close all the passive investment. Before, you have heard that many people pay some money and they got their PR for the whole family and they moved to Canada, and they stop it. In any of the province except Quebec, and Quebec also has its own criteria, but there is not any passive investment. So you should act as an entrepreneur. You should actively manage the business, and first you apply for the permanent residency, but then they give you a work permit, and different provinces have different criteria and requirement, but usually after 12 months to 18 months, they will assess if you, whatever that you mentioned on your application, you deliver or you did your best to run this business. When you submit the report, if they see everything is right, they will give you your permanent residence to you and your family. For the startup visa, is quite famous nowadays. You know that the condition is so easy comparing to entrepreneur programs. That doesn't have any specific education requirement. The IELTS requirement and language requirement is low, is not as high as other streams, but you should have an innovative business idea. And each of these programs has its own, again, process, which I cannot explain it now with the shortage of time that we have. If you are not eligible for any of these more than 100 programs, still there is a way to move to Canada. And that one is through the temporary visa. Usually temporary visas are for two kind of people. One of them is that really some people that they are not interested to get their permanent residency in Canada, and they only want to, for a short time, to be in Canada to get some experience. And the second group, which I think 90% of people that are approaching through these temporary visas, are the people who don't have the qualification at the moment and enough score for coming and applying right away for permanent residency. So this acts as a bridge for them to help them to get more points and be eligible for permanent residency later. One of them, which is so famous, and I'm sure everyone have heard about it, it's a study permit. You get admission from an educational institute, and after that, if that institute is eligible, you can apply for work permit after graduation and work in Canada. So, which means you will get some extra point because of having Canadian certificate, and then you will get some points because of having Canadian work experience, and you will be eligible for many of these streams. Even there are some provinces that after graduation, right away, they have a stream for master graduates, for PhD graduates, that you can apply for permanent residency. And it's easier than federal programs in terms of especially language requirement and competitive. And next one is work permit. The part and activities that GTAC has, it's related to this work permit. I mean that they are not doing the work permit for you, but they find really good job offers from Canadian employers who are eligible to give you the job offer. Because everyone is not eligible to give you a job offer. Job offer also needs to meet some requirements. And especially if you are in tech sector, which is in high demand nowadays in Canada, there are different pathways for this work permit. We have open work permit, we have closed work permit. Closed work permit, it means that you get a job offer from a specific employer and you cannot work for any other employer during that work permit, because your work permit is issued for that employer, not for all the employers. And the good point about the closed work permit is that it's really valuable. It will give you 50 points for having the positive LMIA, which is labor market impact assessment. When G-TAC, as an example, finds a job offer for you, if you are a design verification engineer, G-TAC finds a job offer for you, and after that, we apply for the LMIA for the employer, not for you as an employee. We will apply for the LMIA from Service Canada, not from Immigration Office. And after that, if we receive the positive LMIA, we can apply for your work permit. We have different kind of LMIA. We have high wage, we have low wage, and we have GTS or Global Talent Stream. What GTAC is working for you on, it's on the companies that are eligible for the GTS or Global Talent Stream. And most of the companies that they are working with, they have the eligibility criteria to be qualified for this stream. What is the difference between GTS and the regular LMIA is that this has expedited process. The processing time is maximum 10 days. And many cases that we had, I can tell you more than 90% of the time, the LMIA was issued 1 day or 2 days after submitting the application. So it's expedited on the LMIA process. Also, it's expedited on the work permit. No matter which country you are applying from, if you have a LMIA approved through GTS decision or letter, your work permit processing time also will be 2 weeks. Nowadays, of course, with COVID-19, everything is getting delayed, especially when it comes to IRCC, but it still is much faster than any other stream. So I can tell you, if you have the requirement of any of the jobs that GTAC is offering or they posted on their website, that's the easiest, fastest, the most economic way to move to Canada. And on the other hand, right away, you can apply for the PR if your IELTS score or your language score is ready, you have your certificates ready, and all other documents are ready right away. You can apply with having that positive LMIA, you can apply for the permanent residency right away. You don't need necessarily to apply for work permit. And there are so many other, again, streams for PR that if you are with GTS, it will help you better. Most of this GTS has occupation list, and it has 2 categories, A and B, and mostly is on tech. They have some NOC that is on the tech, like hardware engineers, software engineers, developers, this kind of occupation that is listed there. And if you have the chance to somehow be filled and to be on that pool, I mean that it's amazing. It's a golden opportunity for anyone. Beside the temporary visas, work permit and a study permit, there is a visitor visa that you have heard about it. Visitor visa really it's not giving you any benefit for getting the permanent residency, but sometimes when you are inside Canada, you have the opportunity to talk to the employers in person, go to the universities or educational institutes, and it's easier to change the status of your visa. And also we have super visa for the grandparents or for the parents that you can apply, and you know that they can stay in Canada up to 2 years instead of 6 months. Now we talk briefly about the immigration streams. So how to start? I want to show you if, Shah, can I share my screen? Okay, I will open it from here.
You should be able to share your screen.
Hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
You should be able to have, you should be able to share your screen.
Okay, just give me a second. So if you type btimmigration.ca, which if even also if you can write down the chat, I really appreciate it. Here we have free consultation. All these 100 programs that I mentioned, each of them, each province, each program has its own pointing system, has its own CRS calculation. And to simplify the process, we divided them into two different assessment forms. One of them is general immigration assessment form, which is for economic pathways, that 80, 90 pathways that exist. Based on your answer, we will calculate your, let me open this general immigration assessment form.
You need to share the screen, Mary.
Oh, you don't say, sorry.
No, we see you.
That's good. Just give me a second.
Yeah, you can share your screen. Just yeah.
Yeah. I did it that time, but I believe it didn't work.
Yeah.
Share screen.
There you go.
Sorry. So I will do it again. btimmigration.ca. We have free consultation. On free consultation, we have two different assessment forms that all that economic pathways, it will go under this general immigration assessment form. You can see that we have some mandatory fields. We see every day many potential clients, they fill the forms, but I'm not sure why they don't answer the question accurately. And really, we are not interested in how much money do you have, the experience, the education. All is we want before giving you a consultation and introducing the best options, the best pathways for you. We want to understand your situation. These questions, all of them have some points. So if you skip one of them, we will calculate your score. We will calculate it wrong. And when you have a consultation session, we will give you a wrong consultation because we didn't have sufficient information from your side. So please, if you are interested and if you fill the form, make sure that you are filling it accurately. That will affect your options that we will give you and the advice that you will receive from us. And when you finish this form, you submit it, we will receive the form. And after receiving the form, we will schedule a consultation session for you. And after that consultation session, if you are interested, we will sign the agreement, work on your application. Also, we have a client portal that you will see the status of your application 24/7. So you don't have to contact us for just on daily basis and ask, oh, what happened with my application? Did you hear from the, IRCC or any of the other departments or not? You will have access and you will see it. We provide service in different languages. I cannot speak French. Thank you, Caroline, for helping us today. But we have the staff that can help you in Spanish, French, Arabic, Farsi, English, and Portuguese. So these are the also languages that we support if you are not comfortable with English. And also for the business immigration streams, this is also, we can evaluate your condition for the startup visa. So far, we had clients from all over the world. Really, when I say all over the world, I mean any of the countries that people are interested to move to Canada, we are helping them. We are not only helping people that are located in a specific area, we help people from different areas. Plus, we work on the LMIA application. We have a long history there. We have 100% approval of the LMIA application so far, and also for many other applications. We don't guarantee the issuing the visa, as this is illegal. If you are working with any immigration firm, or if you are talking with any immigration firm, and they say that we guarantee you pay after receiving the visa, or we guarantee, it means this is the index to show you that there is something wrong with the operation. this is illegal. This sentence that we guarantee is illegal. And if anyone has license and advertise like this, there is fine for it. So please be also careful that who you are working with. Doesn't mean that I'm saying that we are good, the rest of the world are bad immigration consultants or lawyers. But I mean, be careful when you choose your immigration consultant or your lawyer. And that's all for here. If I can go back to the presentation, please.
Sorry, no, we'll get you back to the presentation just shortly. So,
Yes.
well, in fact, let me see. Thank you. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, you go to slideshow, and we just go down to the last. Okay, do you have the control? Oh, good. There you go. Next slide. Right?
Yes, perfect. So we talked about how to start, and okay. This is the ways to contact us. This is our website. This is our phone number, the company's phone number. And if you cannot call Canada because of the international fees, you can text us on the WhatsApp or email us at info@btimmigration.ca. We will be happy to help you. And one more thing, if you mention on your assessment forms, there is a question, how did you hear about us? If you mention that it was through GTAC webinar, we will prioritize. This is, we are really honored and glad to work with GTAC. We made some of the cases that they had for the GTS. We work with them, and always it was a successful partnership. So if you mention that it's through the GTAC, we will give you some concierge service. And so that's it. I don't have anything else to add, and I will leave it to you to ask the question, and also I will answer.
Thank you, Mary. You can actually leave it at the previous page if you want, just for now. We have so many questions, and Caitlin has been diligently and busy taking down these questions. She just told me there's so many questions, like her head is spinning right now. Anyway, before we go to the questions, we have just released our feedback form. So please as usual, take 30 to 40 seconds of your time. Send us your feedback. Let us know what do you think about today's workshop. And also, if you have more things that you want to share, you can always send us an email. We're going to give you our email address at the end later, so that if you want to hear more specific, any specific topic that Mary just covered, by all means, let us know, and we'll do the best we can, because we know she's really, really busy. Now, I do want to make one thing very, very clear to all the listeners out there is I have got to know Mary before through when she was actually a new immigrant, and worked with her on the employment service. And then later on, she started this. She started this immigration service. I want everyone to know is we have no financial attachment. Okay. I did refer a few contract to her, and she performed marvelously with the employers, and the job applicants' feedback was absolutely off the chart on the professional service that they received from Mary. Again, I need to specify, Mary, this is news to me that she's going to offer concierge service if you put down that you were referred by GTAC, but I want to make it clear. There's no conflict of interest. We are not profiting from any of these services. This service is here to more like a public, let everyone know about some of the services. And now we deal with many other registered Canadian immigration consultant before. So we do not favor anyone, but what I can tell you is based on our past experience from the employers and the job applicants, their feedback about Mary, their professionalism, the fairness of their fees is just absolutely amazing. Okay, Caitlin, I know you have lots of questions, so let's get going.
Yeah, we'll try to go through these as fast as possible. So I have a question from Adesola here that asked, if a nomination is received just a few days before the expiration of one's profile in the pool, what effect will it have? For instance, this person's profile expires in a few days. Do they wait it out or do they withdraw and create a new one?
So before just answering any of the questions, let me again repeat something. I'm not regulated and licensed immigration consultant, correct? So I know about the immigration programs, and I really hate to give you the answers that are not accurate or not correct. So I will listen to the questions and I try to do my best to answer your question, but I'm sure about the answer. If I'm not, if you can please send me the question, I will get back to you in few days. I mean, 1 day or maximum 2 days with the answers. I should show it to our RCIC and I will get his advice to make sure that I gave you the correct answer. So regarding the question that you just mentioned, I will repeat the question to make sure that I understood it well. You have Express Entry profile that will expire soon, and recently you received a nomination from one of the provinces. Correct?
Yeah.
Is that the case? I don't think you need to withdraw your application because this is on this application you received the nomination. If you withdraw, you have to still wait on the pool, and you don't know if for sure you will receive the same nomination. But for the expired date, again, this is the part that I need to ask our RCIC.
Perfect.
But it's a perfect question. Thank you.
I have a few questions here. I'm just going to mark all of them. People are wondering, what is the best route to immigrate to Canada if they have jobs that are regulated within Canada? So for instance, we have a judge. We also had someone here. Let me just find it.
I saw teacher as well.
Teacher, yeah.
So this is a great question. We have several occupations that unfortunately they are regulated. Unfortunately for the candidates, they are regulated, and because of that, so it's hard. I mean, it's in demand, like teachers. Now it's one of the most high demand occupations in Canada, and this is a good news. And there are several provinces that if you are a teacher, as example, if you are a teacher, they say that we will give you PR, even permanent residents. I mean, they have streams for teachers, like nurses. When last on 2020, after the COVID situation, the Canada needs nurses, and they somehow simplify the process, and they said that, oh, it's okay, we need nurses, anyone can come that has this minimum requirement. So for the teachers are the same, but I know it's regulated. They should see what is the regulated body. Bless you. They should see what is the regulated body and check their website, see what is the process, start the process there. Sometimes this is really taking time because they need to prepare some of the work experience that they had in back country. Also, they need to send the transcript of the education, and all this submit the language score and all these ones to that regulated body, and they will assess it for a few months, and then at the end they will say if you need to pass the exam in Canada or not, if you need to pass the training in Canada or not, correct? So always you can start and initiate the process. This is my advice. As soon as they can, they find that regulated body, start the process. To start the process, they don't need to be in Canada at all. And some of the provinces, like we had for registered nurse, that one also is regulated. That provinces, they are helping a lot. That regulated body was helping a lot. It was saying that, oh, okay, we'll do everything. Even they find a job for you sometimes for the high demand occupations. So start the process as soon as possible. And if you are in one of those regulated occupations, like truck drivers, nurses, teachers, like this one, start the process, initiate. You can even start your PR application and you have the evidence that you are on the middle of the process, correct? And they are aware that sometimes this process, it's time consuming. So I mean, it's helpful always to start it as soon as possible that they can, and make at least what are the requirements to be licensed, to get the to have the permission to work here in Canada, and you will go for them and prepare yourself.
Thank you, Mary. I have an interesting question here. Now, I wasn't going to ask this one, but I figured it would be useful because I don't know how many people are thinking the same thing. This question was asked by Hanan early on in the presentation. And he asks, for someone who's over 40, what's better as an immigration program, IS or EE?
What is the best immigration program for some people over 40?
Yeah.
This is a great question, because this is, we hear this question every day from the people who call us or contact us. That one of the requirement criteria that this express entry pool has, it's the age. And when every year that you go over 30, you are losing some points and you don't get that full age score. So if you are over 40, which means that you don't get really anything out of that score, which is a big part, and you have to make sure that you get some extra points from other things, like from your education, from your language, from a job offer, Canadian job offer that is LMIA approved. Even if you are not in Canada yet, even if you don't have work permit, it will give you 50 points. Like a study permit, if you have an education in Canada, at least it will give you 30 points, correct? So all of these things are something that regardless of your age, it will give you some point, and somehow if you get 0 from the age score, you can just replace it with some other scores. Like if you are bilingual, you can work on your French, get a better score. Nowadays, I saw many people from the countries that they speak in French. They are lucky enough to know French. And for those specific cases, that now the provinces have, every year they are announcing some new streams for French people. And the conditions are really easy. I mean, they only need to know French. So I saw many French speaking people on the chat. I think it's really good to know. And that's what I'm saying, that when on the assessment form, you mentioned that, okay, this is our language, this is what we speak. We will tell you that you don't need to necessarily your age be less than 40 or have all the express entry criteria. There are some provincial nomination programs that are designed for French speaking people. So we will advise, and some of them, they need the language requirement of 4. I mean, it's not that much high, or the age is not one of the things that they will consider, correct? So we will advise them accordingly. It's not but I mean, don't be disappointed if you are over 40. There are many people that are over 40, and still there are many streams that it's a good fit for them.
Thank you. Shaw, at one point I saw that you clicked answer live on one of the questions. Did you want to? Oh, okay. Maybe it was.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened. I want to answer live, but then I don't know where they went.
Okay. Okay. So
what was the question?
I don't remember. I just saw you did it, so I wanted to see if you want to find that question. But I do have a ton of questions, so if you want, I can keep going.
So sorry. Sorry.
If you can find the question, just let me know. I
don't know. I want to answer, but then I actually click answer live by mistake. I want to type answer.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the question. Anyway, hey, okay. Mary, it says here AIPP is ending on December. Atlantic Immigration Pilot Project is ending on December 31st this year. Do you know if that's it, or are they renewing it? Do you know?
No, we heard some news that they will renew it and they will make it permanent.
Great.
Oh my God, that's great news.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's not announced yet. This is on the news that new releases of the just what's it's discussed now. They are discussing or what their decision is gonna be. Now it seems that they want to make it permanent and renew it. This is based on the latest news we heard from the immigration community.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, oh yes. Oh, now I remember the question. Sorry. The question was, can GTAC help us with finding jobs and the work permit? The answer is yes. That's exactly what we do. So the first part is we will help you. Usually we're trying to concentrate right now. Currently, we're working on only IT professionals. Okay. So if you're IT professionals, I mentioned earlier, some of the jobs that we're looking for right now is we have an employer that's willing to sponsor. So we will help you secure the job. Once that is done, we will see what kind of services you need, what the employer needs are. If the employer needs help on getting applications through the LMIA and the GTS, the whole thing there, we will usually refer 2 or 3 immigration consulting service that we work with before. One of which is Mary. I'm proud to put Mary. She's always on top of the list because not because of we feel good. It's because of the employer that we send. They have absolutely nothing but good things to say about them. So we will refer that to the expert, and then Mary's company or a regulated Canadian immigration consultant will take over from there to do all the paperwork. So we do not get involved. We are not obviously not a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, so we don't do that. Our expertise is in employment service and training. Okay, so that was a question. Sorry, Kayla, now remember.
Okay, that's perfect.
Sorry, can I sorry to interrupt, but I see many questions they are saying that what's their occupation, and they are asking if you can help them with that. I wanted to say that our partners also is helping. I know GTAC is the best place for the IT. They placement, sometimes we refer our clients even to them to find a job offer, but they have good resumes and they did a great job so far for them. Everyone is happy. And the good thing is that they are working with really good companies, that they are enterprise companies with unbelievable salaries. Sometimes I'm saying that, are you sure they don't want to hire me? Find a job offer for me too. But because the salaries are really high, I mean that it's not a regular job that you can find when you are in Canada, even when you have your permanent residency. But nowadays we heard from some of there is a huge shortage nowadays in Canada. And recently, at least we are doing 3 to 4 LMIA application every week, which means that all the employers are looking for the people to bring people to Canada. They cannot find anyone in Canada, especially since 2020, because they closed the border. So that shortage appeared. Many people, they were receiving on the low wage, they were receiving the government funds, so they were not working anymore, and there is a huge shortage. So if you are in trades, if you are a cook, if you know anything about the restaurants, we have just requests from the employers that they are looking for candidates. You can send us the resume and we will see if we can just forward it to those employers. So trades, cook, for now I have the request from employers. I'm not saying for all these positions that you are writing, but at least for now, I know there are a couple of employers in these areas that I mentioned available.
Thank you. There was one person on this webinar who asked a ton of great questions. Sarah, you know who you are. You asked a lot of really great questions. So I'm going to start with some of yours. Here it says, in the event I move to Canada via a job offer, should I keep my Express Entry profile active? Could it help me get my PR once I'm inside of Canada?
Wow, that's a perfect question. Definitely keep your Express Entry pool open, and keep in mind when during that 1 year of the validity of your Express Entry profile, you can update it, correct? So if you get a job offer in Canada, which means that you have positive LMIA, go there, enter your LMIA number, and you will receive 50 points more. And after coming to Canada, because you are on Express Entry pool, after even if still with that 50 extra points, you don't have the qualification and you don't have enough score to receive the invitation from Express Entry, what happens is that you will work in Canada. You can apply for the work permit, you will come to Canada, and by having that work experience, Canadian work experience, you will be eligible. Do you remember that 4 categories that I mentioned under Express Entry? One of them was Canadian experience class. When you are on the pool and your experience is 1 year, they have total hours that is important for them. So it's not 1 year, it can be even less than 1 year if you meet that total hours of work in Canada. So you will be eligible for Express Entry Canadian experience class. Maybe we had many cases that even before reaching to that 1 year, they were eligible for like several other streams. Like in Ontario, in April, they opened a new portal, which is really better than before. Before it was first come, first serve, and in few seconds, I'm not saying few minutes, in few seconds, everyone was submitting the request, the site was down, and there was not really fair. From April, they opened a new portal, and it's not first come, first serves. Anyone that is eligible can apply. They have regular draws, and they pick from one of those. One of them is job offer in Ontario, as example. So if you have a job offer from employer, even if your IELTS score is 4, I know for minimum requirement for being on Express Entry pool is 6. But even if your IELTS or your CLB is 4, you can still, with that job offer, if your employer meets the requirement, you can apply for the Express Entry. So you will have more chances. And at the same time, if your occupation is in demand, Ontario or any other provinces, all provinces have similar streams and programs, will issue an invitation for you. Do you remember that PMPs that were linked to Express Entry? So if your occupation is in demand on that province, you have a chance to receive nomination from that province. So definitely keep your Express Entry profile active.
Thank you, Mary. From the same person, she also asked, may I apply for 2 immigration pathways for the same province? For example, Saskatchewan, they have an SINP program for skilled workers with an EE profile and another just for the occupation in demand.
I believe this is something that I prefer to ask our CIC. I believe, if I remember right, yes, you can have. Because I remember recently one application that it was not for Saskatchewan, it was for another province, but it was asking that, have you ever applied for any other stream in this province? And you were allowed to say yes. I mean, the answer of yes won't affect the application negatively. This happened last year for many people, especially the ones after just opening new streams. If you remember, they opened new streams for people who were in Canada that before was not there, and they said 40,000 in this stream, 50,000 in this stream. For French speaking, there was no limitation. This was a pilot program and temporary one, but many of those people and candidates had another profile for the permanent residency. There was not any problem having 2, but they should declare it on the second application. They have another application with another program. But I appreciate if you can just send me that question specifically to make sure 100% that I gave you the right answer.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to go back to your slide again so that people can see your question.
Perfect.
Hey,
Yeah.
Kaden, how are we doing on time? Because we both have a hard
10
stop
minutes
at 10:15.
left. 10
Okay,
minutes
good. Go ahead.
I have a question here about common law partners. I'm not sure if this is a question that you know the answer to, but how do you prove that you've been with your common law partner when you don't have a joint account with them? Is there any other way to prove you have been with this person for a specific amount of time? For example, bill payments or something that has both your names?
Yeah, anything. So don't look at it as only having a joint account. Many people don't have joint account. There are anything, any evidence that can prove you were together for just, for a period of time. Like if you rented one place and something as a proof that you live together. Anything that it shows that you went travel, or just your friends, family are involved and they know about it. Any pictures, any communication between you. Joint account is one of them, but it's not the must to have. You can have several other things that it shows you somehow are related.
Okay. This is for Mohammed. Originally when he wanted to add a province, it was automatically defined as ineligible with no possibility of modifying anything. He created a new request with the same GC, which became eligible. So now he has two requests with the same GC, one with a high score and the other that has no score. Is that going to penalize him in the pool?
How it's possible?
Yeah. Sorry, that doesn't make sense, Kaylin.
Well, I'm just going to highlight the question. Maybe they should reach out to you to ask.
Yeah, please ask them to reach out to us. It doesn't make sense for me because the condition of this candidate, it's not changing in every application. So everything is the same. I know different programs have different calculation system, which can make him eligible for one, not eligible for another. But if it's the same stream, somehow to me, it's impossible.
So I have two questions that I'm going to put together as one. Okay. Is Canadian immigration only, hold on, let me just go up to with them. Is immigration in general based only on CNP needs? And then to add to that, what are the most required CNPs currently?
Most require CNP?
Yeah.
CNP is French for NOC, NOC, the NOC code.
Yeah, sorry, NOC.
Oh, so you're asking that what are the NOC code that is in high demand now?
Yeah, it's kind of a two-part question. Is immigration to Canada based solely on NOC codes and needs? And what
no. Mm-hmm. No. There are other streams. There are many streams that it's important. Always you should have. Doesn't matter if you get a score, if you don't get a score from it. But you should specify what is your NOC in the applications, okay? Even if it's a stream that your occupation or your NOC doesn't give you any score, you should identify your NOC, okay? And but the thing is that, again, for all the NOCs that is listed, different provinces have different needs. Some of them is, in high demand, they will get more points or they will be prioritized based on their NOC if that province needs that occupation or that is those kind of skills. If they don't have it, still they will receive some points for just having that one. But there might be some streams that, my NOC doesn't affect the calculation, like job offer for employer. That stream is designed, an employer will get points, not you. I know if the employer is qualified, you can apply for the PR right away, but it doesn't have anything with you. It's with the employer condition. So regardless of your NOC, you can get your permanent residence or at least apply for it.
Okay. We have a hard stop at 10:15, so I wanted to just maybe, Mary, we have where they can reach you on the screen. So there were so many good questions, everyone, you can email info@btimmigration.ca, or you can email info@g-tac.ca, depending on what your questions are. And if you guys wanted to give some closing statements, Mary and Shaw, I think it's that time of the day.
Okay.
Okay.
Mary, I'm gonna save the last for you, but I just wanna let everyone know is there's a lot of questions about how to find jobs, and you know, like the kind of question that you were asking is like, oh, what would I be able to find a job if I have no status, and so on and so forth. The answer is yes, yes, and yes. Okay, but it all depends on your qualification. But right now, because as I mentioned earlier, here's some general parameter. Okay, now I'm going to be very, very clear. This is not coming from GTAC. This is coming from employers. Okay, that's sharing these with us. Okay, so the general parameter is someone that's probably the ideal candidate, okay, for these companies to invest in you and bring you over to come to Canada is somebody with 5 to 8 years of experience in IT. So 5 to 8 years of experience. So chances are you're probably in your, you know, early 30s. Well, I'm not going to talk about age. I'm just going to talk experience. 5 to 8 years of experience. 10 to 12 will be ideal, but generally speaking, if you have 5 to 8 years of experience and your IELTS score is around 7, and obviously you need to have you need to pass the medical exam and also the security background check. That's beyond our control. But all you know is, and also have your education
Access.
yeah, like West, get a West to certify your education. So those are the general criteria if you're in the IT field, especially if you're in, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a design engineer, design verification engineer, if you're embedded software engineer, if you're full stack engineer, like all these various engineer, or 5G, telecom, autonomous vehicle, AI, data scientists, all these are in high demand. Why? Mary said it earlier, because we closed the bloody border. So people are not coming in, but our demand is still there. So, and I have clients that actually got hired, and because the employer has sent a letter deemed that this person's service is essential, so that person is still able to come to Canada. Mary probably can attest to that. They can still come to Canada with a letter from the employer, so that so don't worry about it. Even if the border is closed, they can still get you here, even if the border for your country is closed. Okay, so all this to say is, please, 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 if you have any questions about employment, get in touch with GTAC. Anything about immigration, get in touch with Mary. So Mary, I will let you close today's workshop.
Thank you so much, everyone, for the good questions and also for attending this workshop. Thank you, Shaw and the GTAC team for helping us today, and also for giving us a chance to talk to your attendees. I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm looking forward. I'm sorry we couldn't answer all the questions. I see some of the questions on the chat and I'd like to answer them, but sorry, we don't have that much time. I promise that we will get back to you as soon as you send us the question. One person I saw that they mentioned there is a problem. They cannot submit the form. I asked our team member to test it. It doesn't seem any problem, but anyway, if you notice anything or any problem, it's temporarily for a few minutes because of the website update sometimes. So please try it a little while. I mean, like 1 hour later or 30 minutes later, maybe that one is resolved. If not, please send us an email at info@btimmigration.ca and mention that you had a problem. We will send you the PDF version. Oh, and that's another thing. There is a PDF version on the homepage in case that you don't have access to online form on our website. On the homepage, you can find the English PDF version of the assessment form. You can fill that one and send it to us anytime. Thanks so much, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your attendance. It was great pleasure to meet everyone, and have a wonderful day.
And Mary, I hope we don't have to wait another year before we get you back on.
Yeah, I just wanted to
vacation.
say thanks for reminding me. I wanted to promise that if also they are interested on a specific program, just please ask them to write it to you.
Yes.
Or and we promise in the new year we will have another. If you give us a chance, we will have another workshop, and next time I will assure you that our RCIC will attend.
Okay.
So he can answer all the questions right away.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everyone. Please remember, next Thursday, meet the employer. We have BCCA, British Columbia Construction Association. The name might be British Columbia, which is a province on the western coast of Canada, but they look after all the construction association across Canada. So any one of you that's outside of Canada are looking into finding jobs in the construction industry. Now, construction industry covers a very, very broad perspective: architect, engineer, truck drivers, surveyor, estimator, electricians, everything, anything and everything related to accountant, to construction industry. Please tune in next Thursday. They will talk about all the jobs required in Canada in the construction industry and how you can access that pool and then find a job here in Canada. So we really, really look forward. That's, by the way, if you register, please come online early, because last time there we only have limited space on Zoom. So if you come after the capacity, you'll be automatically directed to another channel. So please come online early if you want to be on Zoom next Thursday. Last time it was full. It was full to capacity by 8:20 a.m. So please come online early, because that is going to be, and today, thank you all. It was full also, Mary. It was completely full. So some people already got directed to another channel. So thank you, Mary. On behalf of everyone at Intact, have a nice morning, have a nice afternoon, or have a nice evening wherever you are. We look forward to see you again next Thursday. Mary, have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.